friendly of the pre-season. I'm going to put the cards on the table right now. When it went 2-0 to Middlesbrough, Ali and I left to go for a pint. But we watched the rest on. We flew to Spain, didn't we? We flew to Spain. That's what we done. We flew to Spain to watch the game on our TV.
I was dragged out kicking and screaming. I wanted to stay there, to be honest.
Yeah, Ali, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit of a dead rubber for me today. I know it's sandwiched in between two extremely important games for us, Carney. The starting lineup, which you'll probably come on to, wasn't what I expected. I thought he would go with a strong team for 45 minutes and then maybe take some players off. It wasn't like that at all. Yeah, for me, it was a bit of an inconvenience, this game, I thought, all around, and it was very flat.
It wasn't great. Obviously, we always go because we do. That's just what we do. So we always just go, and it's one of those things. But then I seen the starting 11, and I did tweet, why am I going to this? The starting 11 was Kelly, Hutton, Fernandez, Rice, Jeffrey, Barron, Barami, Gassama, Cortez, Gentles, and Dessers. Ali, we looked at it and we thought, I can't even hazard a guess. It's very much square pegs, round holes, that team.
Yeah, we looked at the team and it was nowhere. I know Ross tried to predict a team last night.
Fair play for it, yeah, to be honest.
I mean, if somebody predicted this team, Christ, well done to you.
Put the lottery on, didn't you? Yeah, definitely put the lottery on.
It was again, I mean, I talked about a front line you'll probably never see.
That's a starting
lineup you'll never see again. It was, trying to work it out. I think we kind of looked like we played kind of three at the back at the start of Carney.
Yeah, definitely.
Even at times, then Cortez looked like he was playing kind of right back at times. Weird formation, but I caveat it with it is a pre-season friendly. I am delighted the pre-season friendlies are done now.
Me too.
And we get into proper football.
Me too. I keep saying it every year. I don't know why I continue to go to friendlies. I really don't. It's one of those things. Every time I get there, I'm like, why am I doing this? And I'm just being honest. Honestly, I am. And hence why I was honest about us leaving. As I say, 2-0 at Middlesbrough, I didn't give him a choice. I was like, mate, come on. I was like, let's go for a beer. I was like, we'll fly to Spain and watch the second half on the telly, on our TV. Into the game itself, it was so bad. Honestly, it was. The first half was dreadful. It was disjointed. It was slow. It was all over the place. Rangers were poor on the ball. You can tell that these players are, at best, fringe players. And I'm not being overly critical. Honestly, I'm not. These games are a chance for them to show the manager, especially at this stage of the pre-season, before we go into competitive football, that they deserve to be considered for a start. Ali, apart from Gassama, he's probably the only one that gets a bit of a bye. He is still coming up to fitness, you can see that. The rest of them have had the full pre-season training with the team, I think, pretty much all of them. Can't think anyone that has you, pretty much all of them. And it was just, I mean, Connor Barron, very poor. Hutton at the back for Rangers, very poor. Cortez offers nothing, honestly offers absolutely nothing. You can see, I know he was tried on the right hand side today for I think the fact the full time he was on, he started on the right, but there was no one in that first half that stood up. Sean made a difference, and we conceded the most Rangers goals from a really pathetic set piece defending from us.
Yeah, I mean, the players in the part of the first half are players that aren't probably going to play for Rangers. I know Dessers played, and Dessers wasn't great either, to be honest. I mean, I thought Fernandez at the back was reasonable.
Yeah.
Midfield of Rice, Barami and Connor Barron did nothing for me. Cortez again, I know we don't want to
frustrating player,
continually bash him, but there was flashes at times where he drove with a ball, but then other times I look at him going, he's just got it for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was disappointing, and the goal we conceded is a goal I've seen pretty solid last season. I mean, the goals we conceded, both goals are goals I've seen all last season. Just got a ball in our box at panic stations. It wasn't great, but it's a friendly. I'm not going to read anything into this game whatsoever. But on the basis of judging this game, the first half was dreadful to be believed.
It was, and I say it without repeating myself, it just harks back to like these players that are on the fringes in inverted commas, if you like. It's their chance to make an impact, and there just wasn't that. There really wasn't that. Half time, it was 1-0 to Middlesbrough. At the second half, we made one change at the start of the half with Cameron coming on for Desser's little effect on the game again. Very little going up in our final third. There was nothing really happening. We had a few attempts, both off target, I think, in the first half. The keeper wasn't tested in that half at all. Correct me if I'm wrong. First half he wasn't tested at all, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
No. And then in the second half it was the same. Really, it really was the same. A bizarre kick-off from Middlesbrough in the second half. Put it out for a goal kick.
You knew how shite they were at the back. They thought just give it back to them.
Okay, I went back to them, let them play out from the back. Yeah, but yeah, very poor. And yeah, we conceded again from a failure to clear the ball away from our box to make it 2-0. At that point, as I say it again because I don't want anybody to say you weren't at the game. I seen you walking down Paisley Road West. We left at 2-0. I just thought, Ali, come on, we'll go for a quick beer, mate, before we head up the road. We watched the rest of the game. As soon as we left, we missed a goal, Ali, with Danilo scoring after the changes were made of.
Yeah, so on come Raskin, Curtis, Double, Tavernier, Danilo, Aarons and Giga, and off come Rice, Gentles, Hutton, Barani, Kasama, Jeffy and Cortez.
Yeah, it's a 40, how many minutes was that gone? 59 minutes. It's an hour of football that Hutton will never want to remember. He was very poor. He was extremely poor. Somebody in the comments will correct me. I don't know where he plays, but if he's a right back or a centre half, I don't see him featuring much for Rangers moving forward. Same as Rice. I think Rice is in a position now where he probably needs to go and play football, and I don't think he'll get a chance under Russell Martin due to the players that have been brought in. It's no disrespect to Rice. I like him as a player, but I think it's probably critical that he goes out on a loan, because I don't think he'll feature much. I really don't. But yeah, Danilo scores, mate. We've seen it obviously on the replay, if you like, and yeah, it was well taken by him. To be fair, Cameron well involved in this goal as well.
Yeah, Cameron drove that ball in the middle of the park, did well. I was looking to see Lyle Cameron. I thought he might start. He didn't. I think he'll be useful for us in domestic games this season. Scored a lot of goals for Dundee last season. I think he's one that could be a decent player for us this season. Connor Barron was one of the players last season who I think, again, I think he's no better than a squad player, Connor Barron. But no, this was a good goal. Aaron's got a good ball in the box, and Danilo, my best pal, as you all know, basically just got a glancing header on it in the bottom corner. It was a very good goal by Danilo, and obviously got Rangers back in the game. And at that point, we had the better players in the park at that point, so there was a chance of getting right back in there.
Yeah, I think it's quite clear when you bring on the more senior players, if you like, the players that are towards the starting 11 as well, like Tavernier as well, coming on. I think it makes a difference in terms of the composure that kind of goes through the team. I don't think that can be underestimated. And Rangers were pretty dominant. As I say, it wasn't the most memorable of friendlies that we'll ever remember, but Rangers definitely looked a more dominant team for the majority of that second half, and it's saying it leads to a second goal from a set piece with the ball in from, I think, Dow hit the corner, if I'm right.
No, Double hit the header, I think it was.
No, Raskin won the header.
Raskin, sorry.
Dow hit the corner, Raskin won the header, the keeper kind of parried it to his right hand side, and there was Fernie Curtis to tuck it away.
3 goals.
Yeah, 3 goals to score again and to make it 2 each. Rest of the game, there was no real chances for either team, I don't think, to really finish it off. Ali, in terms of a friendly, it's minute and legs, it's nothing that we can really write home about, nothing we can read too much into, but by God, I'm glad it's over, and let's go. Competitive football is fully back now.
The Bruges game, I thought, was better, if you want to say, in terms
Second
of
half,
maybe it's because we hadn't beaten Ibrox in a while once, and a lot of the players, I know it was a completely different team, that Bruges team, but today, second half obviously a lot better. We brought our better players on, if you want to say. Certain players stood up in the second half. You can see the quality. Raskin, for instance, coming on the park, Tavernier, which is something I want to hear, but players like that coming on, up to gears for us. It's done, it's dusted. I'm delighted pre-season's over. It's a dead rubber. Fair play to the Middlesbrough fans, by the way.
Fantastic,
for bringing
by the way. Yeah.
Best part of, I don't know what it was, 5, 6,
7,000, yeah, definitely.
Filled pretty much the whole of the Broom Loan. Fair play to them boys for coming up and enjoy your night as well. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
But no, it's over pre-season. We can tick it off. We're undefeated in pre-season, I think. So yeah, we roll into the big game's Panathinaikos Wednesday and Motherwell on the Saturday night where the league kicks off. So yes, it's here. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, a lot of the players are here in terms of Gassama's in. I don't know if there are any more players
Still
between
work
now
to do,
and there's
yeah.
still work to do. The transfer window's got a good while to go, but no, looking forward to it. And yes, and the proper football starts on Wednesday, followed by Saturday. What's the time? Is it 5:30 kick-off?
5:30.
So that's a very good time on a Saturday.
It's good for us. And yeah, obviously I glossed over the fact that John Beaton failed to give a Stonewall penalty in the first half. Guy literally played basketball with his hand over his head, and John Beaton decides it's not a penalty. It's John
Can he
Beaton.
give penalties in friendlies?
John Beaton, innit? It's John Beaton. And he actually booked a Middlesbrough player later on, which was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, look, as what it is, it's 2 each. We put this behind us now. We move on. The competitive football starts now. Things are about to get very, very serious now. We're into a massive second leg on Wednesday night against Panathinaikos, and we're into an even bigger game against Motherwell on Saturday. For me, the league starts on Saturday, and that's what we all want, really. Deep down, it's what we all want. Still work to be done under this Russell Martin team. Still players that are yet to really get to full speed, but it's time to go. It's time to get started. Sorry, I thought we were about to get run over there. It's time to get started. Ali, let's go enjoy the rest of our pint. And sorry for being like part-time supporters today. We very rarely do it. You must excuse us. When you're 2-0 down against Middlesbrough, watching the players that we were watching on the pitch, I was like, nah.
It wasn't very entertaining. It wasn't very entertaining. You could tell with the crowd, a lot of folk weren't there today. I think most folk are waiting for Wednesday, obviously, but Saturday's a big one. Wednesday's massive in terms of European football for us, but in terms of the league, in terms of what we want to win this season, Saturday's a big one. It's 5:30 away to Motherwell. Historically, we haven't done well the first game of the season in the league. We need to kick off well against Motherwell. We need, as we've said, 9 points before we play Celtic at Ibrox. So it's a massive one for us. I'm looking forward to it. And Steven Gerrard was saying he's not here. Let's go.
Knew you were going to say that. We'll be back on Wednesday with a reaction after the Panathinaikos game. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week, and I very much hope your team win on Wednesday. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.